Do you have anxiety? Find out how to deal with it today. Today I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart because it's something that happens to me every single day, and that's anxiety. Now, first off, you should know I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, so any advice you get from me, just take it from somebody who's suffered from anxiety themselves and not as coming from a doctor, not as rule of law. Just remember that, I'm fallible just like everybody else, so my advice can sometimes is coming from my own experience. So anyway, anxiety. So I've lived with anxiety for my whole life. I remember as a child, I had anxiety. I was on medication for a while. I took these pills. I think they were called Donatol or something like that. And they made me feel my head all light and everything. And my parents said they made me look like I was on drugs or something. So they took me off. They didn't want their kid walking around looking like he was on drugs. So they took me off of them. But I dealt with anxiety for most of my young life. Every event that came up, everything that happened, there was always some type of anxiety associated with that, some kind of fear, some kind of feeling in my chest, like a heavy feeling in my chest. There was always that. As I grew older, it only got worse. I went on into workforce. I would get nervous. I would get fearful before I went to work. It affected how I reacted to people. It affected my relationships with people. And as I got older, it just kept getting worse and worse. Now it's to the point where daily I have anxiety. And it's difficult because, it takes the enjoyment. It sucks the enjoyment right out of everything. And story time. The other day, we had a power outage here in the Philippines. Sometimes they turn the power off for a complete whole day because they are working on the lines or whatever. So anyway, they're going to turn it off for the whole day. So we took our kids, my wife and I took our kids to the swimming pool. They have a area over there with a swimming pool and slides and stuff like that. So we took the kids over there. The whole time I was over there, we were over there probably 3-4 hours. And the whole time I was over there, I was just so anxious. I couldn't control myself. It ruined any fun and laughter for me because I was always thinking about, he's going to run and slip on the pavement and bump his head, or he's going to poop in the pool, or he's going to drown in the pool. I have to stay right by him and make sure he doesn't slip and dunk in the pool because, I'm just fearful of everything that's going to happen. So it's like that every single time. I get in the car to go to the store and I get anxious. I get social anxiety for having to go to the store and interact with people because I get afraid of dealing with people. I get anxious when I have to do things with my wife, which sounds horrible, but let me explain. My wife and I work a lot, so we stay at home a lot. We're busy doing our work here in the house, and when we do go out, it's kind of like an event. We usually go out for bills, or we need to go to the mall, we need to go to the grocery store, something like that. Every time we go out, I get a frown on my face because I have so much anxiety to deal with, and it's not for any purpose. It's me overthinking everything. Oh, I'm going to get in a car accident. Oh, the mall's going to be packed. Oh, people are going to try to talk to me. It's one thing after another, just going through my head. What makes it worse is I have psychosis too. So I have voices in my head. Medication helps with that, but not always. And these voices are constantly talking to me, making the anxiety that much worse. It makes depression worse too, but anxiety especially so because they're constantly just babbling back there to me. And it's difficult to deal with. And like I said, it sucks the enjoyment out of everything. And it would be nice just to get to a point I didn't have to deal with the anxiety. I used to do, when I get anxious, I used to practice deep breathing, meditation, deep breathing. And, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And sometimes that helps, but anymore, that doesn't even help. I still have that heavy kind of crampy feeling in my chest when, like I can't breathe because it feels like there's somebody sitting on my chest. So deep breathing doesn't even help anymore. A medication, because I'm in the Philippines, it's very limited on what kind of medications. They're controlled substances. So like Xanax or something like that, I can't get. The only other medication that I can get is called Rivotril. And the problem with that is I was addicted to it for about 5 years. It was the worst pathway through hell trying to quit taking that stuff. And still, years later, I still feel withdrawals from it sometimes when I think about it. I was so addicted. I was a junkie, basically. If I didn't have the Rivotril, I would have horrible withdrawals, and it would go on for a long time. So I'm really nervous about taking different medications because I don't want to get addicted to. I don't want to get addicted to medication. Medication is out of the question. What about for you? I mean, what do you do? Like me, okay, the first thing I would tell you to do, I'm jumping around here, but the first thing I would tell you to do is try the deep breathing. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it and breathe out through your mouth. 10 seconds. Try that. Keep doing that until you start feeling yourself calming and calming. That actually helped a little bit. Just that one deep breath. But it's amazing how much better you'll feel once you get a little oxygen to your brain and get a little oxygen in your body. But try the deep breathing. And you can do it no matter where you are. It doesn't even look weird when you're in the mall or something. You have anxiety. Just do deep breathing in and out. You can do it quietly, and it'll take a lot of that away. Medication, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what medication to take. I'm not even going to try to tell you what kind of medication to take. Everybody says something different. I'm not even going to try. Medication does help. Don't be afraid of it. But whatever you do, do not become addicted to it. Do not become reliant on it to cure your anxiety, because that's not what it's for. It's for the short term. It's for short-term anxiety. Remember that. So deep breathing, medication, mindfulness, keeping your mind focused on the task at hand. Instead of sitting there overthinking about every little thing that could go wrong in your life, think about happy things. Think about different things. Change your mind. Think about your kids. Think about your significant other. Think about your parents. Think about eating out at your favorite restaurant. Think about anything other than the noise in your head and the stuff that's keeping you in that state of anxiousness, that state of fear, that state of fight or flight. Get yourself out of that. Get your mind on something else. Once you do that, that'll go a long way to helping you. And it does for me. Sometimes there's just anxiety that cannot be helped, and you have to lay down in bed in a dark room with the air conditioner on and just lay quiet for 15 minutes. That helps a lot. You can't always do that. Maybe you're out and you can't do that. But if you're at home and you feel the anxiety coming on, lay down in bed, put a blanket over your head, turn the air conditioner on, listen to some soft music. Do something to take your mind off of how uncomfortable you are at the very moment. So that's my tips. Try it for all it's worth. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor. Don't second guess what your doctor's telling you. They went to school for a reason. They have all this experience for a reason. Listen to your doctor. And that's all for me today. So we'll see you next time. Have a good day.